Ulises dancing already. Looking like Mike Zanino over here with the sleeveless shirt. Copycat. Okay, I see. He's getting that contract extension. I'm telling you right
Oh,
now. Not the
so,
contract extension, but the renewal of his team option, if you will.
anything, anything. After that performance, how can you not love literally everybody on that roster? I am dancing with joy. The Rays are going to the mother freaking World Series
Say
for
it. You can
this
say the whole thing. I don't care. It's
to the
patriotic.
motherfucking World Series
Whew.
since 2008. You know how much pain, how much sweat, how much pacing I have done in this evening. Hey, everybody that's listening, everybody has a little ritual. I know you have a little ritual. Everybody has a something that they like to do
Yes.
while watching the games. Today, I decided to pull the pacing around the room for the 3 hours of this game. This is the first time I have sat down since first pitch. I have been walking around my living room, up and down, touching the stairs, going to the kitchen, doing my moves all around. It
Look
has
at
been
that.
insane. I literally 4,000 steps, 4,000 steps just in a 3 hour game. Okay, it's been insane.
Look, you
God,
should get a Peloton. You can just work out, get your week's worth of workouts while watching Rays playoff
I
baseball.
should, but it's not like I'm drinking Gatorade. I'm drinking one of these bad boys. How
What do
you
you got? Is
doing?
that a Yingling?
No, sir. This is a Pilsner Urkel Czech beer for celebration
I don't
purposes.
know what the hell that is. You
Oh,
said a
it's
lot of things
beautiful.
there. I don't understand any of it. I've got a
Oh,
Michelob Ultra boot blue collar
hey,
over here.
cheers, buddy.
I go with the simple, basic stuff.
I go
Let's
with Czech
go.
beer. I'm sorry. Let's
Randy
go. Czech.
Rosarina, there we go. 2020 ALCS MVP. That is not a surprise in the least. Runner up, Mike Zanino. Can you say for me, Mike Zanino is the greatest Rays catcher of all time? Do it.
Mike Zunino is the greatest race catcher in the postseason
Okay, good enough
ever.
for me. Good enough for me. What's funny, what
Wow.
is hilarious is that you are still. I want to check your heart rate virtually because you are still stewing. You are still trying. I don't think you're gonna go to bed tonight, quite frankly.
No, I'm not. I really am not. I'm getting congratulatory texts from peeps. I'm getting inboxed messages. Like I'm all out of sorts right now,
Oh,
Kevin.
your tomorrow is gonna be taken up answering Twitter messages and comments and things of that sort.
This is amazing. This is so fun. I mean, really, that's why you get invested into watching baseball, a kid's sport, and you see
Yes.
grown-ups, because how many other things in the world can give you these sorts of emotions? When people don't like sports, and I get it, it does seem silly to get so bummed about a loss and so into a win. But when you're in it, what other things in the world can give you this kind of happiness and joy? This is what every year since 2008 you've dreamt us as a race fan, right? You say, this
Yes.
is the year. This is the year. Some years we've said, well, probably not this one. If we have
Right.
Decker in the outfield, if you have Will Rhymes taking a hit by pitch
Throwbacks. There we
and then
go.
and then saying he's Batman, those are probably not going to be the years. But when you've got a team where you can put Mike Brasso, hello,
Brasso. Get it right.
Brasso, when you put Mike Brasso whenever you want, when you put Ji-Man Choi, Yandy Diaz on the bench, Yoshi Tsutsugo, who, yes, he has been struggling, but actually tied for second in home runs this season. This is a very complex and deep team, and we've talked about this since the offseason. This team can go long. This team can go deep. 60-game season. Watch out. Look at that. They actually have done what we said. They would go to the World Series. They would win the AL East. Now only one thing is left to do, and it'll be the hardest thing that they have done so far. What they've done has been very difficult and incredible, but more is yet to come.
You've got the World Series, and we're still waiting to figure out who that World Series opponent's going to be. Is it going to be
Exactly.
the freaking Dodgers or the Braves? I got no idea who it's going to be. I think the Dodgers are starting to gain momentum, but we saw the Astros start to gain momentum, and look what happened to them. Look, quite frankly, I'd probably rather see the Rays face the Braves because the Dodgers, I just have this
Right.
mystique about them. Like, oh, they're the Dodgers. You got Andrew Friedman. You got all these studs. For the Braves, like, there's some familiarity there, and I feel like the Rays can beat the Braves. I don't know. I just get that sense. I would have to look at the numbers and the games and everything like that too. But I know it's totally biased, but I just think we've played them. We've got some familiarity with them. And the Dodgers, I don't know. Look what they did in the regular season. I just kind of look at that. And I know they're having issues with Kenley Jansen and Clayton Kershaw and everything like that. But I just feel nervous about Rays hitting facing those pitchers first time through.
Right. I mean, they had trouble with Urquidy. They had trouble with Framber Valdez. They had trouble with Zach Greinke. They could have some trouble with Buehler and Dustin May and Kershaw, but I hear Clayton Kershaw is not the greatest guy in the playoffs, so that would be nice to kind of see. But like you say, maybe the best matchup is the Braves, and that would be okay. I'm all for the best matchup. I don't care about the ratings. I don't care if this is the least watched World Series.
Don't give a shit, okay?
Thank you.
Do not give a shit.
Nope. Not a single one of them. If I have a pocket full of fucks, I would not give one of them for the ratings. Nope. No, thank you.
ESPN headline, Houston Astros lose in the ALCS. I just made that up, but it wouldn't surprise me.
No, it is. Sports Center.
Oh, really?
They
don't say the Rays.
The tweet, the Sports Center tweet was Houston Astros eliminated, just like it was for the Yankees, instead of saying the Rays are going to the World Series. Again, they don't give a shit. They don't. And you know what? Whatever. Keep making bullshit articles like saying that the Rays are not a fun team to watch. Keep making them. We don't care. You know what we care about is Willie Adames' defense. What we care about is Fairbanks, somehow a rookie pitcher being told, hey, big boy, get us the last 4 outs. Get us the last 4 outs. I mean, that was some David Price deja vu kind of thing, because that's exactly what happened in 2008. They gave the ball to a rookie saying, hey, get us there. Get us to the World Series. And Pete Fairbanks, crazy eyes, somehow, somewhere, pulled it off. And was able to do that. An amazing game. I don't know if you want to highlight anybody. I know I'm talking and rambling like a crazy man right now, so bring me down.
I want to hear your pure emotions here. Let me throw this out before we get into any stuff regarding the game. If and when your Rays win the World Series, would that salvage what has been 2020? A shit year, let's be honest. Between the pandemic, social injustice issues, people losing their jobs left and right. Well, this salvage, I mean, for some people, what's good is like we're talking about this. We're talking about sports. We've got football on. We've got baseball on. Like, in the moment, yes, there are no fans, and it's really creepy that Lauren Shahadi is doing this ceremony, trophy ceremony, interviews with nobody in the stands. But it is what it is. It's still, although I did notice that Brandon Lau did not get a ALCS hat or T-shirt because he did not contribute enough offensively in this series. That's an interesting storyline that we may have to address at a later moment.
Oh, that's good, bud.
I'm just making that up, by the way. But
yeah, no, that's great. No, look, yes, I mean, if you're a Rays fan, this is, again, like we said, every year you say, hey, this could be the year. And so obviously this will be a selfish little badge of honor that all of us Tampa Bay Rays fans will carry with us, you know? I mean, going to the World Series is an amazing thing. It's not done yet. We can be very happy, and right now, let's be joyful. And our team is going to the World Series, and that's a fantastic thing. A lot of franchises, I mean, we can name them off the top of our head that haven't gone to the World Series once since the Rays have done it twice. I mean, you're talking Mariners, you're talking the Rockies, you're talking the Padres, you're talking Arizona Diamondbacks. That's four like that. So it's an amazing thing. The Braves haven't done it.
That is surprising.
Wow. It's not an easy thing. The Rays have done it twice since 2008. The Braves haven't gone to the World Series once. So this is an amazing, momentous occasion. So Tampa Bay Rays fans, be fucking happy, because this is a great time to be a Rays fan. And I will just I tweeted this out early, or a peek behind the curtain. I did the live tweeting, and I might have to name my baby, my future baby, because I am childless, Randy Arozarena.
Not Mike Zunino? Middle name. Give me a Mikey for a middle name. Randy Mike Zambrano.
Arozarena Zambrano?
Yes. Or combine the names?
Yeah.
Right or something? I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Mandy?
Mandy? Woof. Dude.
Daughter's got to be Mandy.
Okay, that's a good one. Yeah. What a postseason for Randy Arozarena. You said that he's the ALCS MVP, correct?
Yes. Yep. That is what comes across on the little ticker here on TBS, and I don't think we should be surprised by that.
No.
In the least, got another one. We got another bomb today on a 97 fastball down in the zone. Look,
was that 7 now?
7, which is a record for rookies in the postseason.
Yeah.
And I think 21 hits thus far in the postseason, which is amazing. Also, I saw a graphic on TBS, all the spray chart of all his home runs, literally all over the ballpark. 4 different pitchers too, 4 different pitches as well. Fastball, sinker, curveball, slide, like anything you throw at him, he's going to deposit it out of the ballpark. So really, it's almost gotten to the point where you just give him all right, we're going to walk him. Walk this dude. Don't let this dude beat you.
And they didn't. With a man on base, it was amazing how they really went after Randy like he was just another guy. And, hey, whatever. If that's going to work, keep doing it. And as long as he's hot, we're going to love seeing him be pitched to. I don't know if that's going to keep happening, because at the end of the day, that 2-run homer was the difference.
Oh, yeah.
Because, the Astros got their little rally in the 8th going with Nick and Fairbanks, which, by the way, I think we might be split in Rays fandom on should you have taken Charlie Morton out, should you not. The traditionalist in me didn't like the move.
Right.
I said, hey, don't like it. But my logical one, not the emotional one, my logical one said, go for it. This is high leverage. You got to go with the guy that knows how to deal with these situations. And it worked out beautifully. Thank God, thank the universe that it did. But Dave said something very peculiar there. You thought about, will the Rays be chasing that one out that Charlie didn't get you the rest of the night? And they did. In the end, the 8th, with two men on, they take out Nick Anderson. They put Fairbanks in. Fairbanks makes a little bit of a mess there, makes us all pace up and down our living rooms, and gets the 2 runs across the board. So it was a very close game till the end. It never let up.
Look, what was good was getting that early lead. That was so key. And we highlighted A-Roz. We also have to, again, jokingly, but not so jokingly, Mike Zunino for his contributions. The solo shot and the sac fly, which almost could have gone out as well. And 100%. Also impressively, not just his home run was on a curveball, hanging curveball. You don't see that often from Zunino. It's usually fastball or bust.
We said that the breaking balls, he had an average of 36 during the 2020
He is
season.
seeing the ball well. Like he looks like a hitter again. He doesn't look like a guy that is just totally lost at the plate. Like he's working at bats. He's working 8-9 pitch at bats and putting some in play. And even if it's a line out or something, it's not just whiff after whiff after whiff after whiff after whiff. Like,
Yeah,
it's good to see because I mean, did you like just his? Honest, the thing that impressed me most about Mike Zunino this entire series was him so easily and effortlessly breaking the bat
yeah,
over his knee,
that
over
was
his
awesome.
thigh. Yeah, don't mess with Mike Zunino. That no. Like
No, that guy's got no that
a
he's got
bat,
like
like I
bear
think he could just
strength.
break it with his hands, like
Yeah, not even. I don't think he
bend it like a
really need
breadstick
to
or
do
something.
the
Like,
thigh move. I think he could have just gone like crack, on
oh
in
my
the air. It
god.
was
Hey,
amazing.
when you're a catcher, you got to have strong thighs and knees and such. And yeah,
I'm
he's
going
got
cliche here.
Italian bull strength. That is for
I'm
sure.
I'm going cliche here. Dad strength. That's what it is. You need that dad strength, those dad reflexes. But really, no, he was key. I mean, that sacrifice fly. I love that you mentioned that one because yeah, you got to give props to Randy for the home run. Obvi.
Right.
You got to give props to Zanina for the home run, but that sac fly, that's the jug run, bro.
Yes.
That's the
Yes.
one that puts them to grand slam territory. And that's a little bit kind of tough to swallow. 3 runs, you can still say we're in this. That's a bloop, a walk, and a blast. Like that's and with that lineup, they know that they can do that. Hey, they got 2 runs, so 3-2 with a man on. Now it's like, oh, they go deep. It's
Right.
not even a tie ball game. They get the lead.
Yeah.
So that sacrifice fly, and especially because the Rays have not been able to score in the postseason by manufacturing runs without the home run. They've really leaned into the home run production, which again is great if it works. The problem is that when it doesn't, you need to have some other type of production, and they showed it today in ALCS Game 7. The Rays are now victorious. 2 out of 2 times they have gone to the ALCS to a Game 7. I don't know if a lot of franchises can say that.
You're getting your money's worth as far as Rays baseball is concerned. Like 60-game season plus how many postseason games have we had now? 14? The 2 wild card games.
To the minimum. 1 to the minimum because one to the maximum, sorry. Because they swept the J. So they could have gone to 3 games and that would have been the ultimate maximum. But they went the maximum 5 games. They won the maximum 7 games. So Rays fans, if you were sad
too, because like it's not like game 7 is a 10-0 blowout. We know it like down to the wire, going to the ALDS Perso thing, and then 8th and 9th inning in this game, gets a little squirrely there.
Right.
Look, hey, also I can't believe we haven't even mentioned this. Uncle Charlie, Daddy's home.
Oh my God.
You talk about a dichotomy between the young guy Fairbanks and, okay, I've done this before. I've pitched in big games. I know what to do. I'm finally starting. Look, I'm not in a 12-game layoff. Like I've gotten the ball a couple times now. I've got my feel for pitching again, and Charlie Morton certainly had that.
And from the get-go too,
Yeah.
Kevin. I mean, you saw that first inning and you're like, that was nice. Okay, that's a good start. Let's see if he can do the second. And in the second inning, he comes back, and he might have been a little bit better than the first inning. And you're like, okay, I like this. Keep it going. And the offense was already responding by the first. The offense made Lance McCullers hit 30 pitches in the first inning. It was it was just scripted beautifully. Short innings by Morton, get them swinging early. And I love that you said the veteran aspect to Charlie Morton, because Blake Snell might have better stuff than Charlie Morton. Tyler Glasnow might have better stuff than Charlie Morton. But I think Dave hit it right on the nail too. You can't expect to strike everybody out. You can't expect all your outs to come from perfect pitches, painting every single one, trying to get that, pitching ninja highlight reel. You kind of sometimes have to pitch to contact and get your defense behind you. Those are really good gloves behind you. You got Wendell, you got Willie Adames. That's a right-handed heavy lineup. Make them work. That's why they're getting paid the big bucks.
Yeah, even just pop flies too. Hey, let your outfield get some work, and we saw that. as well. Yeah, that is such a big thing there for the way, really Charlie Morton, I guess, if you want to consider when he was pulled out, we always talk about him having that kind of rough inning there where it's
Yeah.
like, oh boy, he's up to 30, 35 pitches. But he didn't really have that, I guess,
No.
unless, it
You
was
cut the
just,
last one, maybe. Yeah.
yeah, so that was good there. And look, the Rays only had to use 3 pitchers to get out of this thing. So that
You're
Morton,
right. Morton,
Anderson, and
Anderson, and
Fairbanks.
Fairbanks. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and
I
that all
really would
starts
have
with
thought,
Morton.
yeah.
If he doesn't provide 5 2/3, then you would have really had to work out that stable, and you did not want to do that. Hey, the Astros did that. How did that work out? Not so good. When McCullers is pulled in the fourth, I started getting good vibes of like, okay, and I think Matt Germain said this on Twitter. He said, they have to probably cover 6 innings, 5 innings now, some maybe 4 or 5 relief pitchers. What are the odds that all of them are on tonight? And that's right. That's why bullpen games are so scary sometimes, because everybody that comes out of that pen, or in the race case, the stable, has to be 100%. And if you don't have the lead, which the Astros didn't, then they even have to be better than that, because a walk and a bloop can make it kind of even more difficult.
Ron Darling, again, I've actually liked the TV broadcast crew for this series outside of them constantly saying post neurotically and annoyingly. But he made a good point about in a 7-game series. Look, we've talked about how Nick Anderson and so many of these Rays relievers have been money. But again, in a 7-game series, the Astros may be seeing them 3-4 times. And at some point, you're going to get some familiarity with them and pick up on their tendencies and how they pitch, just like a starting pitcher third time through the order. So maybe we saw some of that. Also, I don't know if Anderson was necessarily throughout this series presenting his best stuff. Like, I've seen bigger fastballs from him. I've seen maybe bigger break on his curveballs at times. But again, we got to give credit to the Astros too. That is a really, really good lineup. That can't be discounted at all. And
and it keeps going. Kind of like the Yankees one. Like you're going,
okay,
no, okay, we got Altuve out. Oh crap, it's Correa. Okay, we got Correa out. Oh shit, it's Bregman. Oh, Bregman's out. Okay, good. It's Yuli Gurriel. It's like
the next guy is Tucker. Tucker is the next guy. I'm telling you, he's going to annoy the AL West for the next decade plus. Because, like you mentioned, the bat. I did notice after you mentioned how long his bat is. It's like 3 feet almost. It comes up to his waist. I'm like, what is he using, a paddleboard or something? And also,
it looks huge.
Yes, and also the thing is, because he's so tall and has such
lanky
long arms, he's able to keep. He's like DJ LeMahieu. He keeps that bat in the zone for so long.
Yeah.
And he's just a really good hitter, and he's going to be a good hitter, a good player for years and years to come. And I know that we didn't, as Rays fans, think or expect this to go 7 games when the Rays were up 3-0. But if there's a silver lining out of this, I think it's the fact that they can show some resiliency. They won't totally fall apart. Game 7, they got their ish together. Because, again, sometimes you have to go through a little adversity. Look, you sweep the Astros, then you're sitting on your ass for several days while the Dodgers and the Braves are fighting it out.
Trade punches,
going in cold into Arlington, and you're like, you think everything is easy, then you get punched in the mouth, get punched in the face. So I think getting a punch in the face for games, 4, 5, and 6, and part of 7 has kind of been like a reality check. Like, okay, we gotta sort some things out. We got to play better. We got to start hitting. We got to start manufacturing runs. We got to start doing something. We can't just expect to to be as perfect as we were. Mistakeless baseball, really, in games 1, 2, 3 defensively. That there's going to be some things that go wrong, and we can't let that totally ruin the game. Like, the Astros scored one more run than us, and we're going to lose this game because of that.
I love that you said resiliency, really, because for when it was 3-0, they said, even us, we were like, "Ooh, do we smell a sweep?" We get kind of cocky, and you know what? When you're 3-0, I guess you this is the time to be cocky, and I think every Rays fan felt like pretty good about their chances. Then they dropped one, they dropped two, they dropped three. Now this whole talk about momentum shift and the Astros are it's happening for them. The biggest thing for me that I kept believing in this team was the fact that this team only lost one time, 4 in a row. One time. And I mentioned this on Friday's episode on our traditional podcast. One time. That was the first road trip when they went 0-5. One time they lost 4 in a row. That's huge. So you're telling me that this team that had done that maybe almost 3 months ago was going to do it again? I couldn't put money on that. I had to believe that they were going to do that, and they had to believe in themselves. They didn't listen to the rhetoric out there and saying, oh, the Astros are coming back. And yes, it sucked. They even had a walk-off against their best reliever. For God's sakes. I mean, everything was pointing. They had a kind of humiliating loss. I know the score didn't say humiliating when it's 7-4, but we all saw that game. That was, I think, humbling, if not humiliating. If not humiliating, it was at least humbling. So the fact that they come back in quickly and had Charlie just poised throughout that whole start, it says so much. So I love the fact that you say resiliency, because that's exactly what they showed. They really did their job.
Well, I guess 2 days ago, Friday night's game, like I had turned it off after it got to 7-1. Like I was
understandable.
Like, no, can't do it. Moving on to game 7. Let's just hope we can sort things out here. We got Uncle Chuck on the mound. Let's see if we can, move on to tomorrow. Although I will say, I caught the highlights and I caught Margot hitting 2 home runs later in the game. So it's like, he was kind of making his case for being the MVP there too. Like 5 home runs in this postseason? My God.
He only had 1 in the regular season, right? So like he's had 5 in the postseason. Incredible postseason by Manny Margot. And I love the fact that Cash put him in first in the lineup. He gets hit by pitch. Then Randy comes up big a couple of batters later, or whatever it was. It was an amazing game. This will be a game for Rays Nation folklore. Like, this is going to be Aki Wamura steps on the bag. The Rays are going to the World Series.
Yeah.
It's going to be remembered, and it should be, because, Kevin, we've had a lot of fun talking about this team. And it only sucks because a little bit, because it was an abbreviated 60-game season. But for anybody from 20, what is the math here? 27, 28, whatever it is, fan bases that did not get to be here, and they are going to say, oh, it's a 60-game season, I don't really care about this. I hope that those fans get to talk to players of their favorite team and ask them if they think that this was a joke of a season, if this wasn't worth winning the World Series about. Because I guarantee you that every player that was putting on a uniform, every coach, every manager, every kid that had to do the clubhouse, to put the tarp on the field when it was raining, they would have said, this is for real. And we all want to go to the World Series.
Make the argument that you want to win this World Series maybe then in a traditional year. If you're going to go through everything you're going to have to go through to be able to play out this string, to be able to play out this season, that you got to get innumerable COVID-19 tests. You can't go anywhere. You're cooped up in your hotel. You've got to play at an intense level every day when there's no fans in the stands, not even for the playoffs, until we get to the World Series now. That'll be a nice change of pace there. But everything where this season probably seems like it dragged on for players more so than 162, because it has been so. I mean, this year has seemed like it's been 20 years, right? Think about the baseball season.
Look at it in your personal lives. When you look back in March, you're like, oh yeah, that was only 7 months ago. No, March seems like 7 years ago. Okay?
Yes.
Are you
Yes.
kidding me? Like March seems like so far away, and we went to a spring training game and we had a fantastic time. But that feels
It's
like,
like 5 years ago, right? No,
yeah,
I'm serious. When we saw the Baltimore Orioles and the Rays at Charlotte
yeah,
Sports Park,
that
people were
feels,
in the stands. We were
yeah,
sitting next to people in the grass. We saw
yeah,
Ryan Mountcastle on the outfield. We actually saw Peter Fairbanks. We were like, oh, this guy looks. I think he
yeah,
might bring it this year. And lo and
yeah.
behold, he's closing out Game
He's,
7 of
uh,
the ALCS.
but I don't know. Okay, I think we've talked for 32 minutes or so. I'm happy. I know you're happy. I hope that everybody that gets to listen to this is happy too. Rays are
98ers,
going to.
baby.
Oh,
98ers.
beautiful.
Wear this hat for the World Series. Let's do it. Start a GoFundMe or a Kickstarter to get this thing going.
I don't know, but I
Uh,
haven't moved my cap since like the beginning of the game, so I can't show you. But it's the Devil Ray one, the new one with the TB on the back. It's pretty awesome.
that. Look, you're already
Look,
copying. You are so copying Mike Zunino. You got the backwards hat on. You got the sleeveless cutout shirt going on. I know what you're trying to do. I see you getting some pump on, trying to lift some. There we go.
oh,
Look at that. Let's do a bench press
yeah,
competition. See who wins, Zunino or
let's do
you.
it. Let's do
Let's
it. I
do it.
love it. I got to get better with my rotator cuff though. You know I'm doing PT for that. I got to get better for my for
Look,
that competition.
I'm gonna be totally honest. I need and maybe you can speak to this as well. I need like a day or two of no baseball, little decompression here
Yes.
until look. That's why I'm glad the World Series does not start until Tuesday. I need a little breather here.
Yeah.
This
2
has been
days. Perfect for the
7
players
games
too.
straight. 7 games straight. Can you believe that? And
Yeah.
7 intense games that have just fought with our hearts and minds. Oh my God! And really, I mean,
5, 6,
quite
7.
frankly, it's been you had the ALDS too. That's 2
Yeah.
weeks of just stressful baseball.
And I know that people keep talking about, oh, the Jays series wasn't that hard fought. Speak for yourself. That first game, I was hugging a blanket like a pillow, bro, to my chest. Like, nah, fam. Like that was stressful. And by the way, speaking of fam, wouldn't we have liked to have had Tommy Pham in this team this year? But whatever. Oh, by the way, talking about Pham, I hope he gets better. I don't know if you heard the whole stabbing situation.
Situation. Talk about burying the lead.
Dude.
So was that outside a strip club? I wasn't really clear on that.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a strip club, it was a nightclub. It was an adult place, that's for sure. But
regardless, if you've got people in front of your car, you should be able to get access to your car and drive to wherever you're trying to get to. Look, we have to acknowledge there's shitty people out there and they should be dealt with accordingly. And those people that stab or jump Tommy Pham, those are those types of people that should go to prison for life, quite frankly.
But honestly, yes, and 100%. And you know what scares me, you, I think, and hopefully a lot of people that are rational thinkers like us, is that if that happens to Tommy Pham, who doesn't look like the most agreeable, friendly, non-threatening person, like he looks like he can beat anybody's ass, to be frank.
Yeah.
And he gets stabbed. Like, imagine if it was you or me or somebody listening to this, have somebody on your car and you're like, hey, can I get into my car? This is my vehicle. I'd like to leave now, this establishment. And you get stabbed for that? I don't look like Tommy Pham. I'm going to get stabbed? Shit.
And that is why we have the Second Amendment. I'm not going to go deeper into that issue, but look.
But
especially if you're a woman.
What is this, the Wild West now? Like, we have to do this because people are just going to be stabbing? Like, what the hell?
Hey, there's crazy people all over the place. You just got to be, and even now in this stressful COVID-19, like people are even more on edge.
People are fucking losing it, man. People
Florida's
are losing it out
like, there. Well, I did have, in California. So it wasn't San Diego, correct? I guess, or somewhere, some suburb of San Diego.
I think it was in Cali, yeah.
Yeah. So my girlfriend's sister and her husband, I think I got that correct. They went on their honeymoon. To
Okay.
California to San Francisco, just totally different world out there.
Yeah.
Totally like people will yell at you. You could be hiking on a mountain, nobody within sight, and if you don't have your mask on, there's going to be someone like a quarter of a mile away yelling at you to put your mask on. And apparently you've got to. This might be the stupidest fucking thing ever. Let me just say this right now.
Okay.
You've got to put your mask on in between bites or sips when you're at a restaurant. Like, okay.
Look, I'm you know me. I'm a proponent of the mask, and I believe in the
Yes.
mask, and that's fucking
Pro
science.
mask.
If you open the fucking restaurant, like, I'm not gonna
Hang on,
put my
in
mask
between words, gotta mask up. Here we go, Ulysses.
Yeah, this is no. Don't open the restaurants then. Make them takeout only. Why am I supposed to fucking chew mask? Chew, you know, that's stupid. Don't open the restaurants and make them takeout only. I mean,
Really aggressive homeless people. I'm just again, if you want to go to California, if you want to vacation in California, that is your prerogative. Support it, but I'm just warning you of
Kevin
the mask
Weiss does
issues,
not
the homeless-
approve of
Look,
California.
Just make it its own country. I'm just saying.
I think they would love that. I think they would love
that's
that.
what I'm saying. If you want to do that, go ahead and do that. Oh my gosh. Well, the Rays will not be in California.
No.
Within the next 24, 48 hours,
They're going to a very different place
yes,
than California.
So, a place where fans will be allowed in the stands, right?
They're going to a 180.
Yes,
Texas.
Totally 180.
Arlington, correct?
Arlington. I've actually been last year.
Yeah, you were
around this. Yeah, I didn't go. I went to the old ballpark. Look,
Right.
they're called the same thing. Globe Life, Globe Field. Look, it looks like the same exact stadium. It's just like a new paint job on it, basically. But they've got this whole like Texas, like it's a cool. How they've got it laid out, where they've got this huge like entertainment venue, and honestly, going to this entertainment with the biggest like movie theater. It's like 4 movie theater screens on top of each other.
You're a football guy.
Yes.
You're a football guy. Wasn't that the thing with the Colts or the Cowboys Stadium, the big ass TV jumbotron, like a few years ago?
Well, a lot of stadiums have that nowadays, but this is actually so. There's a separate like bar gathering. It's almost like, think of it as an armature works that's next to the stadium, but it's got these huge TV, and it's just like they'll have concerts there. It's called Texas Live. If you get a chance to look it up, it's a cool I almost rather watch a game there.
Wow.
Like than go into the stadium, because it's such a cool environment, and they've got so many. Yeah, it's like an armature works, but just these massive TVs where you get all these gatherings for games and events and such. But yeah, so I was out there, and so this is the one thing that maybe we're not going to break down this because we don't even know the Rays are playing yet. So we know it's either going to be the Braves or the Dodgers, right? One of those two teams. It can't be a different team. But the thing that concerns me is, like, the Rays had what we think was an inherent advantage of San Diego was their home ballpark for a week leading up to those events. So that's going to be a thing where the Rays are kind of coming in cold into that Arlington ballpark there, whereas the Dodgers and Braves, they've been there for a little bit now, you know?
Yeah.
And I can't remember, did one of those teams play the AL or the NLDS?
One of them did. That was the thing.
So,
like, one of them could be there from the NLDS, but I don't remember which one it was, if it was the Dodgers or the Braves.
That could play a difference maybe earlier on. And maybe that's something too, where like it took the Astros a little bit to get warmed up to that environment and to figure out, okay, this is how we play Petco Park. We're finally settled in here.
Good.
And so we'll see what happens with that. Oh boy.
Okay, let's cut it off here. It's been enough, 40 minutes. I hope everybody enjoyed it. That's why you're Patreon members, so that you can get us as soon as we're able to give you extra content. The premiere, this is gonna go up hopefully hours after being recorded, and you just rejoice. You're Tampa Bay Rays fans. It's in your blood, and you die and live with every pitch, and we all deserve this victory to the World Series, and let's hope that this isn't the last time, Kevin, that we will all be celebrating something.
Then Mike Zunino hits a walk-off home run in Game 7 of the World Series.
No, another Game 7? Don't do this to my heart. Why? No. Can it...
Okay, so if he gets a walk... Rays are up 3-0, he gets a walk-off in Game 4, you'll get the
I said.
Okay.
Decisive hit / home run / defensive play in the decisive game of the World Series. That's the prop bet. Do you agree? Because that was the prop bet. That was the original.
Look, that's a lot you threw in there, because if he frames third strike to end the game, oh man, look, there we go. Hey, I will even give you the option if you want to get the just a broken bat as a tattoo. Look, I will let you do that. You don't even have to add in.
You know, it'd be cool. You know, it'd be cool. It would be to get that bat signed by Mike Zunino. I would frame that right here, right behind me.
I think they probably had a bonfire or something like that. But yeah, that. Look, there's definitely going to be a lot of memorabilia. I'm sure Randy Rosarina's bat's probably going to be in Cooperstown somewhere. I think there's a lot of Rays memorabilia. Yeah, there's got to be a couple different things there for sure. Man, oh man, this was something else. Wow.
I'm not gonna sleep tonight. And you know what? I'm all out of beer, so I gotta get myself more beer. So we have to cut this
virtually.
Yeah. Cheers,
Look, you can make your own. You can get creative. You can. You got enough hand sanitizer. You can.
Moonshine. No, that's for Arlington. That's for Arlington folk, or Houston folk right now are making moonshine because they're kind of depressed.
What's the punch they use in prison? Just put some pineapple in a bag and use
in a toilet. Gross.
Yeah. I mean, you can use tap if you want. You can use a Brita or something. I don't care. But maybe figure
that's too fancy.
Out.
Yeah.
Look, go to your nearest 7-Eleven or whatever.
I got more in the fridge, baby. I got more in the fridge. It's happening. I'm not sleeping tonight.
If and when the Rays win the World Series, they've got to do a specialty beer, right? That's got to be a
that'd
thing.
Be so cool.
People here love their, what
did they do one for the Lightning?
I'm sure they have and did. They've got I don't know if Big Storm Brewery is a tie-in with that, but something tells me it wouldn't surprise me.
Okay.
If that was the case, I mean,
I hope somebody
hockey players like beer, so
But a lot of fans like beer too.
I mean, this community, Tampa. Well, I guess a lot of communities, but the craft beer, right? That's the thing that. So, I couldn't give two shits, quite frankly. I just buy. I got Natty Lights in the fridge and make
of course.
Whatever goes well with my cigar.
Yeah.
Wait, I didn't see any cigars.
I need a cigar, man. Shit.
Look, you deserve one. You need to kind of calm down, settle down. I do too as well. Look, if you want to settle down, go to bed, just puff on a cigar for that'll relax you, chill you out.
I need to get a cigar. I'm gonna buy one. I'm gonna buy a cigar tomorrow, Sunday.
What to get, I will give you, send me a picture.
Text me, look, yes, please.
Yes. I will say, look, I am not going to promote any businesses out there, but yes, you can go to any cigar shop and I'll help you out.
Thank you.
Very good. Wow,
Take us out. Take us out with a memorable Kevin Weiss outro, please. I need to hype me up. Hype us up, Kevin.
Hype you up. Wow, that is a lot of pressure. Look,
no pressure, baby. Let's go.
We hope you enjoyed this Patreon segment. We love each and every one of you subscribers. We hope you enjoyed this. This wasn't even a segment. This was an hour, 45 minutes. This was a radio hour where 15 minutes are commercials and 45 is actual content.
All right.
So we will have a Zoom conversation, roundtable. We'll have a lot of things going on, but we had to gather together. It is 12:52 on a Sunday morning. Post literally immediately after the Rays. They're still interviewing Bregman and McCullers over there. Man, they've got the light shined right on Bregman's forehead. Not a good look, buddy.
Oh, that's great. I want to see that.
His hair's almost grown out like Kramer. He's got some tie.
They took him out.
To him.
They took him out. Yeah. That was weird. I mean, Aledmys Diaz made that great double play in the 8th, but that was odd. I didn't see that. I didn't see that coming. Or the 9th, I guess.
Carlos Correa, 362 batting average, 6 home runs, 17 RBIs, and 8 walks this postseason. He might have out A-Roz with that line.
Yeah, he was insane. Too. Yeah.
He was something else. Oh, my gosh. He's look, I still think Carlos Herrera is better than Carlos Correa, but Carlos 100%. Correa did show up for this postseason. So there we go. Okay. We love you all. We will be back soon again on Rays Unfiltered. Look, Ulises is still hyped up, not going to sleep.
Nope.
That has to be your routine. Is you need to buy a Peloton, a treadmill, and just walk or ride the bike for the entire 3 hours.
I did my therapy.
Nervous energy. That's good.
I did my therapy for my rotator cuff during the game, and so that was good.
You'll be throwing 94 before you know it. Look at that.
Let's do that.
Your regular Andrew Kittredge over there. Oh, my gosh. All exactly. Right. Have a good night, everybody.
Have a good night, everybody.
Go Rays. Go Rays. Bye-bye.